How's it going, everyone? It is Prashan here. We have another Marvel Snap deck highlight. No, I don't. I don't have a deck for Hulkling because I don't think this is a good card. In my opinion, I think this is a definite skip. I'm pretty sure I probably won't get that many views on this video because I think everyone will skip this card just like Hydra Bob, right? Hulkling, 611. At the start of the game, copy the text of a random 6 cost card, which could be a good thing, but also a bad thing. There's tons of bad 6 drops, especially if your deck doesn't synergize well with Emperor Hulkling, right? So let's go right into it. Let's look at some of the 6 drops that we have in Marvel Snap. Um, let's see, Galactus. Hey, I think Galactus is a good 6 drop, right? If you're playing Destroy or something random, I think it helps you out a ton, but typically you're playing Emperor Hulkling on 6. It might squeeze you out some wins here and there, but overall, like, no. Like, unless your whole deck is synergized on having Galactus and Emperor Hulkling too, I think it could work. But if you just have Emperor Hulkling just hoping that you hit a Galactus, that's bad. I think overall that's bad. Next, we have Odin. Odin, 6/8. I think Emperor Hulkling, I think this is could be good, just depending on what you're playing or how you're playing, right? I think this could be a good 6 drop for you, but overall, I think it's just weird. It's situational. It just depends on what deck you're playing. And then next we have Sasquatch. I think this is a good hit for Emperor Hulkling. He is a 611, so he's one more power than Sasquatch. And I think this would be an awesome card for Emperor Hulkling to copy, but I don't know. It's still, I don't know. I think if Emperor Hulkling was a 511, I think it would feel better. But the fact that he's a 611, you might as well play a 6 drop that you really want to have in your deck. And then next we have Red Hulk. I think this is an awesome hit for Hulkling, Emperor Hulkling. 611. When your opponent ends a turn with unspent energy +3 power. So he's a better Red Hulk if you have Emperor Hulkling in your deck or hand. And then next we have Destroyer. This is horrible. This is horrible for you. Just imagine if like you have no like you don't even play Emperor Hulkling at this point. You're like, all right, this is a Destroyer. Like, why would I even play this card? And then next we have Elith. Elith is a good hit for Emperor Hulkling. Emperor Hulkling obviously will take advantage, but you have to make sure you have priority, right? So if you have a deck that's not really fighting for priority and you don't want to have priority like that, that might be a bad hit. But I think it, and then technically, it would be an okay hit because he's just a 611, right? And next we have Mockingbird. Mockingbird would be an excellent hit, but it just depends on what type of deck you're playing. If you have those tokens out there, if you have the squirrels, Mysterios, Broods out on the board, yes, Emperor Hulkling and copy and Mockingbird would be an awesome hit. And then next we have Spectrum. I think if you're not even playing the ongoing deck, this is a horrible hit. Like, horrible. Do you play 2 6 drops just hoping that Emperor Hulkling hits the other 6 and you're just like hoping and wishing and praying? I think this is horrible. And then next we have Infinite. This is bad too. Like, a 611 that you have to skip turn 5 for just so you can play it. I think this is a bad hit too for Emperor Hulkling. And then next we have Magneto. Magneto could be a good or bad hit, just depending on the situation of the board. Um, it's a worse Magneto because it's a 611, but still, like it's just a weird feeling, especially if you lose like that, right, with Magneto. But if you win, obviously it's awesome. Then next we have Doctor Doom. So I don't know if I'm guessing on reveal 5 power Doom bots. So it's a better Doctor Doom. So if it hits Doctor Doom, if your Hulkling hits Doctor Doom, that's an awesome hit, right? Perfect hit. I think this would be one of the top hits for Emperor Hulkling, right? And then next we have Apocalypse. This is a bad feeling card too, because if you're not playing this card, like, you're not taking advantage of Emperor Hulkling. I think he might be able to fit into Hela because Hela like plays off the randomness. So maybe Emperor Hulkling could fit into a Hela deck. And next we have SheHulk. SheHulk is another good hit for Emperor Hulkling. I feel cost +1 for each unspent energy last turn. So I think Emperor Hulkling copying She-Hulk. He's a stronger She-Hulk. And then next we have Agatha. Could be the absolute. Oh, I unlocked custom. This could be the absolutely worst when it comes to Emperor Hulkling, right? You just start off with a 6'11" Agatha in your hand, just controlling. That's not a feel good card either. Then next we have Thanos. So he's basically Thanos without the stones. 6'11" Thanos without the stones. I guess it could be an okay hit because it's not like he hit anything bad. But I don't know. It's weird. And then next we have Hulk. Hulk is Hulk. So basically he'll be a 6'11" Hulk with less stats. I guess that could be good. Like he didn't hit anything bad. I think when you don't hit anything bad, that's good, right? And next we have Scar. Cost 2 less for each of your cards that has 10 power or more. I think this could be pretty good if you play Magic and you're prolonging the game and like you maybe play Jubilee and Blink and you're able to get Scar out or get big cards out on the board. I think Hulkling copying this is pretty good. But it depends on how your deck is built, right? And then Giganto, horrible hit because you can only play this in the left location. If the left location is trash, then you can't even play Emperor Hulkling altogether because I feel like Giganto is a card that's not really played that much unless it's like Hela. And next we have Blob. Blob could be a good hit for Hulkling, especially since it's a 6'11", so it'll gain 13 more power, which is freaking awesome. But it just depends on the deck. I think Hulkling would fit into Arishem, in my honest opinion. If you love the randomness, I think Loki and Arishem might be the decks. And then Null, if they're playing Destroy, I think it's perfect. But I don't know if you're going to play Destroy or not. Like, it just depends on what type of deck you want to play with Hulkling. But I would rather have Null in general or Death in general than Hulkling, right? If you're worried about the curve, and then you have Orca. This card's already trash as it is. No one plays this card as it is. So 6'11", and then your Emperor Hulkling might be a 6'11" too, unless you get it in a lane where you think you're gonna win, +5 power. So your Emperor Hulkling is the same as Orca, and it gets that +5 power. And then Death, I don't think it copies Death or Arishem, so we'll skip over that. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. We have Artem Zola. So this could be good or bad for you. It just depends. Like if your other locations are full and you just destroy a guard, that sucks. Like it could cost you the game, but it could also win you the game too. So Artem Zola is like a 50-50 card in my opinion. And next we have Leader. Having a 6'11" Leader I think is pretty good. Pretty good stats. And then next we have Ultron. Ultron is the flavor of Marvel Snap at the moment, right? So I think this could be a good hit, especially in game. To win you those locations, but obviously don't play like Jubilee or like if you're playing like Jubilee or Blink and then like you blink in a Hulkling and then it's out to be an Ultron and just fills up the board on turn 5, then you're screwed, right? But I think this is a good hit if you play it on curve because it's a stronger Ultron. And next we have Onslaught, 6'11" Onslaught. I think it's situational on what type of deck you're playing and what you're looking for. And next we have Living Tribunal. 6'11" Living Tribunal. Like this might be able to fit into a Living Tribunal deck or Hela deck, but it's just like the crazy randomness. There's so many bad cards that you might be screwed. And next we have Hela. So if you're not playing discard, just 6'11", nothing, unless you get Moon Knighted. Moon Knight is out there, so be wary of the Moon Knight. And then of course we have Helicarrier. So if you don't have discard, like. It's a dead card. It's just a 6'11", nothing. And then lastly, Heimdall. So this is iffy too. It's situational. Sometimes it can win you games. It can lose you games, just depending. And then with a Moon deck, Heimdall is so predictable, but what outside of a Moon deck, Heimdall isn't. So it just depends on what type of a deck your opponent is playing, right? Or the board state. So those are all the 6 drops here. I might make a deck eventually, but I really don't want to sell you guys on something that I honestly don't feel. And I've been seeing other content creators post crazy win rates. If you guys have a good deck or you guys have like ideas of Emperor Hulkling, or you think this is a good card, let me know down in the comments. Sell me on this card, even though I already bought it. I'm pretty sure I might come up with something, or someone else will come up with something that's pretty good that I'll plug and play. But overall, I think I'm looking forward to the next season already of Marvel Snap. Just let me know down in the comments, what are you guys looking forward to? And that's it. Like I want to be honest, I want to be transparent. I really don't want to sell a deck that I don't think that might is not good. Not good. I don't even have the words for it. So thank you for watching. Be safe. Keep on snapping. And peace.
Snap!